In this video, I'm going to tell you which faction you should pick in New World and why. So in New World, you should know that there are three factions: Marauders, Covenant, and Syndicate. Syndicate being the one for like all intellect and like research and knowledge. Covenant being like the church kind of fanatical order that want to cleanse the land. And Marauders are just like brutal, like warrior kind of vibes who just want to, just fight things because that's what they like to do. But something you may not know is that there is actually no other difference from the factions other than just their like the lore behind them. You don't have any specific benefits if you play one than if you play the other. There's no like weakness or strength. I really thought there was going to be, but there actually isn't. But in terms of what you need to choose when you play on a server, now on a server you don't want to really play the least played one because that's going to be really difficult. You're going to be the underdog all the time and really trying to catch up the entire time against the other two factions who are most likely going to be at war the entire time, and you're just going to be that third wheel just watching. Now, while this will be different for every single server, there will be servers where Marauders are the top kind of faction, there will be servers where Covenant is the top faction, and there will be servers where there is Syndicate as the top faction. However, from what I've noticed over like the social media and everything, at least for the New World beta, it seems there are a lot of people playing Syndicate and Marauder than there are people playing Covenant. So if you really want to guarantee a spot there, at least in one of the top two factions of the servers, in general, a good shot is probably picking between Marauder and Syndicate. However, but you shouldn't let that stop you from picking what you want to pick. If you want to be a Covenant player, that by all means is okay. I actually picked Covenant for the New World Beta, and I'm kind of enjoying it, but I do not really like the fact that like Syndicate and Marauder are a lot more like, prevalent than we are. It feels very underwhelming to get involved in any sort of PvP. And the reason why you want to kind of make the right choice for at least one of the two biggest factions on your server is because you can only ever change your faction every 40 days. And the funny thing is, you might pick a faction that's weak, and then in 40 days, you join the faction that's strong at the time, and maybe everybody changes faction too, and all of a sudden the faction you just left might become the strong faction. It's kind of like weird how that's going to work out, but most likely what's going to happen is there's going to be one faction that dominates, and then after the 4 months that go by, everybody's going to leave their faction to join the faction that was winning the last time, and then we're going to have a problem of everybody being on one faction and not many people being on the other two. I believe that is something that's going to really happen, especially on servers that are like one-sided entirely. Like there was one server that I tried for up until like level 13, and I swear it was like 80% Marauder and like 2% Covenant and like 18% Syndicate. It was really like overwhelmingly green. It was just Marauders everywhere. So in the end, I'm not really telling you to pick one. I'm just trying to tell you to pick wisely. Pick something that you really want to be stuck with for 4 months, especially in launch, because 120 days is a really long time to be stuck with one faction, and it's going to suck if you really don't like it, and making a new character might not really be what you want to end up doing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the information, and thank you so much for watching.